Had this mirror this morning, about 6 o'clock. It's been in the sack about an hour. It weighs 22.5 pounds. Had him from a silk patch at about 30 yards range. And he took a liking to an 18mm boilie, tipped with a small peanut. And he pulled my arms off. Spirited fight, he was in and out of the weed, but with steady pressure. And once I started to get the weed moving a little bit, I just walked back on a tight line, holding the clutch, and he came free. And we had a nice battle underneath the rod tip. So, great start, I'm very happy.
Cash bait, a subject that is close to my heart, and there is absolutely loads of different baits out there. What baits do you use in your fishing?
I'm generally a boilie angler.
Okay, yeah.
Because boilies give the fish so much, and they love them. And a lot of the lakes I fish, you will outfish everything else if you use a boilie.
Right.
You know, they really get on it. I prefer a fish meal, a good quality fish meal. Tend to be with a bit of robin red and a few other attractors in it. Generally speaking, there are two baits that I use, two boilies that I use. I use some of yours, Monster Red, and I use some of Lockie's Club Mix.
Yep.
Both fantastic baits, caught lots of fish on both of them. And you know, I just like to use two different baits. The way that I've always looked at it is if we were to eat McDonald's every single day of the week, you know, at some point we're going to go, oh, I don't want to eat that anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Hence using two baits. So I could have McDonald's one day, I could have KFC the next day.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so hence why I choose to use two different types of bait.
Well, that's no different to hemp and tigers or
absolutely
party blend and
absolutely.
stuff like that. Yeah.
And again, I tend to feed different sizes. We've got 18 mils here. I've got 14 mils. So again, it mixes them up so that the fish get a bit, not confused, but they're dealing with different sizes of bait. So when you put a hook bait in there, you know, they're not thinking, well, this is reacting differently to what I've just ate there. Because he might have just picked up a 14 mil there, but now he's picking up an 18.
It's different weights.
So it's just different weights and different ways that they feed.
Sure.
Now, although I do predominantly use boilie, I do feed a lot of particle.
Right.
Especially when I'm on a weedy water, something that's a bit choddy, I tend to like to get it cleared.
Okay.
And what I tend to use is something like this. I'll use a convenience pack, like what we got from Hinders here with their prepared particle, because it is convenient and I can just pick it out of the garage and away I go.
Keep it in the car.
I do use a lot of Hinders gear anyway, but I do prepare my own particle. What I tend to use, I use a mix of chopped tiger, peanut, maple, hemp and tear.
Right.
You know, I know it's quite a mix there, but that's something that I can draw fish in, and all types of fish, not just carp, to then start to clear an area and create a feeding zone for me.
Yeah.
And I bait with boilie at the same time, so they're hoovering up all the particles, so they're clearing everything away.
Yeah.
So I can present a bait nicely on there, but they're getting all the goodness out of it and they're picking up the boilie, etc. So when I come to fish, I can put a scoop of particle in, but I can put sort of half a kilo of boilie on top. So they come in and they're hoovering it up.
Yeah.
But I tend to like to put a nice scatter of boilie, so the fish have to dip, pick one up, move to get to the next one. You know, I'm not into these tight feeding areas.
Right.
Mainly because I can't cast that accurate. No, I'm joking. But you know, I prefer a spread because then the fish have to work.
Yeah. And
when they have to work for it, they make mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot easier to catch, I think, going over an area than being pinned on one tight spot.
Yeah.
Another advantage with the particles as well is, I suppose, some of these lakes here, you're putting bait in days in advance, and they do stay there till they get eaten, especially like tiger nuts and
absolutely,
as well.
Yeah, they do. So if the fish aren't there now, the fish will come across them eventually and eat.
Excellent. Okay, well, thanks for the insight into the bait, Cash, and I think we should get the kettle on and have a cup of tea before it starts raining again.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.